I'm in Shenandoah National Park, and this is the parking area for the Pocosin Cabin. A couple other cars here besides me. Yep, there it is, my little red car. And a decent sized parking area here. This is mile marker 59. Skyline Drive's right up there. This little turnoff's a little hard to find unless you know exactly where it is. A mile marker 59. And we're going to go down here and go across the chain and down this fire road a little ways and get on the Appalachian Trail and hike south for 3 or 4 miles today. It's a stretch of the AT here that I haven't hiked before. The elevation here is 3175. Two-tenths of a mile into my hike. The elevation here is 3150. Here's where I came from, down the fire road. And right here is the intersection with the Appalachian Trail. There's the trailhead marker, and that's the AT going to the north. We're going to head this way, over here, and head south for a while. Now, if you continue on down this fire road another quarter of a mile, you'll end up at going past the Pocosin Cabin on your way down to where the old mission used to be and stuff like that. There's that cabin you can rent from PATC, Pocosin Cabin, but we're going to head south on the AT right here. Okay, well the AT goes right behind the Pocosin Cabin. I'm not sure if you can see it down there through the trees, but there it is right there. Looking at the roof of the Pocosin Cabin right there. Meanwhile, we're going to continue on to the south along the AT. Okay, we'll just pass the cabin along the AT. Here's another little turnoff. It says there's a spring down here. So about 60 yards down that way. So can on my way back, if I come back this way, we'll go down there and get back to my car, walking up the fire road to show you the cabin. But you can turn off right here and go down there and get water. But we don't need that right now, so let's keep heading south. .6 miles into my hike. The elevation here is 3580. That's the way I'm headed. And that's where I came from. Oh, there's my trekking poles. Put them down to take my pack off for a second here. This is probably the peak elevation for this particular hike. From here on south to the South River overlook is mostly downhill. So just thought I'd stop here for a second and take a little break. It's, let's see, my thermometer right now is telling me it's 54 degrees, but it's, I don't know if you can hear the wind, but it's windy up here. So 54 and wind is cold. .9 miles into my hike. The elevation here is 3510, and the AT's right back there behind that big tree. And I saw this rock outcropping here. It's not on the maps that I use, but it's here. I'll get the position of it, and when we get a little further into the wintertime and that tree drops off leaves, then you're going to have a pretty nice view heading out that way. So, real nice view from here even now. It's pretty windy though. .3 miles into my hike. I'm down to 3260 elevation, and there's a proverbial fork in the road. Here's the Appalachian Trail, continues on to the left. That's the way I'm going. And this signpost says that, doesn't say anything there, but over here it says that this is some kind of a cut through over to Skyline Drive, 1/10 of a mile. So a little cut through over there. But I'm gonna go on this way and continue on Skyline Drive until we get closer to the South River overlook, and then I'll get up on Skyline Drive for a minute and take some pictures. .5 miles into my hike. I'm down to 3190, and just stepped off the AT for a second because I saw this cleared out area over here. That noise you hear is they're paving Skyline Drive up there. I'll bitch about that more later, but this is the really nice. It's awfully close to the trail though. It's right next to the AT, but man, it's flat, leveled out. I mean, you could go down over the side there a little ways if you wanted to, but man, this is nice. It cleared out. You could put tents here, no problem at all. And the way it's cleared out, it looks to me like maybe somebody has done that a few times already. Anyway, I'll mark it on my map. So I'm just kind of hiking along the AT here. Got about another 3 or 4/10 of a mile before I jump off to get up to the overlook. But anyway, about the paving operations, maybe you can tell from this video, but you know, the leaves are turning color here. See that? All these leaves are turning color. In another week or so, we're going to be at peak color. And this is, by the Park Service's own estimate, this is their busiest time of the year. So what do they decide to do? They're up on Skyline Drive right now with traffic blocked off, and they're repaving Skyline Drive. The busiest time of the year, and they're repaving the road. And I come into this park a lot. You can probably tell from all the videos I've posted. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it the way it was. It could have easily have made it through the winter to next year. But anyway, so when I get done with this hike, I was going to go back the way I came in, which was Route 33 through Standardsville, but I'm not going back that way because it's just a big hot mess up there on Skyline Drive. Okay, that's my rant for today. .3 miles into my hike, the elevation is 2880, and if you continue straight, the AT crosses over this fire road and continues on south. But I'm going to turn here and head up to Skyline Drive along the fire road. .6 miles into my hike. The elevation here is 2970, and this is the South River overlook. I'm up on Skyline Drive, in case you can't tell from the noise. It's a little bit of a turnoff here. All kinds of traffic from the paving operations they got going on. Guy here directing traffic. Such a wonderful sound. Okay, back to nature. .8 miles into my hike. The elevation's 2990. And this is the South River picnic area. I wasn't going to come in here, but I thought I would just to get some shots. Real nice picnic area. Plenty of parking, some bathrooms down there. There's one kind of secluded picnic table right there. Plenty of grass here. Here's another picnic table with a fire pit, grill. Water fountain, I doubt that's turned on anymore this season. Real nice spot. And windy. .4 miles into my hike. I'm almost back to my car, down to 3130 elevation, and there's the Pocosin Cabin. I don't think anybody's renting it out currently, so I'm going to walk over there. I'll get some more pictures for you. Right here's the outhouse. Now this is arguably the most important building here. There's the, let's see, that's the pit for the ashes. And there's the outhouse. And it's locked up so that when you rent the cabin from PATC, they will give you the keys to the outhouse. Now, it looks like they did some work on this one. Look, it's got a new concrete, new concrete and stone foundation work. Nice. Wow, look at that. Copper, downspout, and gutter. Man! Talk about old school technology. Look at that. Beautiful. This is a map of today's hike. It's two quadrangle maps pasted together. The right side is Fletcher, 1999, and the left side is Elkton East, 1997. And the purpose of the hike was to hike a stretch of the AT between Pocosin and down here at the South River picnic area. If you're coming down from the north, you make a left-hand turn onto just a little, in fact, it's kind of hard to see. It's a little side road. You turn in. It's just south of mile marker 59. So you turn left and you go in just a couple hundred yards, and then there's a gate here that blocks you from going any further. There's a parking lot right here, and it's a decent sized lot. You can get I don't know, you can probably get 10 cars in there. And that's because right down here is the Pocosin Cabin. I'll come back to that in a second, but you can rent this out from PATC. And when you do that, you park here. So anyway, I parked here, came down to here, just above where Pocosin Cabin is, and then got on the AT. The AT goes just behind the cabin and a little higher up. Then you start to climb the mountain, and when you get to here, you'll find yourself up high on top of a rock formation, and it's a pretty good view to the east, but I took some pictures. In the middle of the summer, it's not going to be much of a view at all because the trees will be blocking your view, but now it's starting to become visible. And in the wintertime, it'd be a great view from up here. Then I continued on down. When I got to right here, this is about 3,600 feet elevation. This is the high point. I stopped here and made a comment about that. So this is the high point of the hike. And then from here down to the picnic ground, it's mostly downhill. So continuing south, when I got to right here, this is where I noted that there was a concrete signpost and a turn to the right indicating, I called it a shortcut over to Skyline Drive. I looked on some of the older maps, and it turns out this is a piece of an old road that existed prior to the park that came over like this and went down the east side of the mountain. If you look at the older maps, you'll see that. So that's that turnoff right there. I didn't notice anything over here, but this is real obvious. And then continued on down. Oh, just south of that right here is where I stopped and showed that little cleared out camping area. It's real nice, but it's right next to the trail. It's too close to the trail to suit me. Then continuing on south till you get down to here. Now when you get down to here, the AT continues on like this, but what I did was I made a right-hand turn and came up the fire road up this way, got up on Skyline Drive, and then right here is the South River overlook. Got some shots from there. Then I decided, what the heck, may as well come on in here into the South River picnic area. Got a few shots of that. Then I got on the trailhead here, came down and then turned left and got back on the Appalachian Trail, heading northbound, and then all the way up, until just before you get to the Pocosin Cabin. There's a little turnoff that directs you down here to this spring. And when you get down there, then you can just come up here and visit the cabin. I got a few shots of that and then back up to my car. So this ended up being a fairly long hike. This was 7.7 miles and 1,541 feet of ascent. So this was just another one of these couple of mile-long stretches of the AT that I just never hiked before. So I wanted to see what it was like. It's real nice hiking, and there's stretches of it along here that once all the leaves are gone, you're going to have some pretty nice views. You'll notice that I had colored the Skyline Drive in green. I was originally going to come back this way, but this stretch of the Skyline Drive is just all messed up right now because they've got it blocked. They got lanes blocked off, and they're repaving it. And that was the hike for today.